One of the big things we've learned over the past couple months since starting our supplement company and receiving investment is that when you receive investment not through a loan, but through something like a convertible note, which is essentially a loan, but opens up the opportunity for equity, or in our scenario, what we did was a safe note, which is a simple agreement for future equity, is that one, you cannot receive funding for equity under an LLC. In our scenario, it made sense to transition to a corporation in order for us to receive funding, because when you receive funding for equity or future equity, like our scenario, you establish a cap table, a number of shares, and ultimately you dilute ownership, whether it's now or in the future. So at some point in the future, I won't own 100% of the company. And then two, after receiving funding, is filing that with the SEC. So far through the research that I've done, you have 10 days after receiving funding to file with the SEC. In our scenario, we are a Colorado corporation receiving funding from a Massachusetts-based accredited investor, and the SEC is a federal entity, so we also have to file it federally. So 2 states and then with the federal government as well. The terminology associated with this is all extremely new to me. So it's just like the conversations we had very early on when we were formulating our product, where we hired a regulatory consultant to make sure we were checking all the boxes that we needed to check in order to create a supplement that was in line with regulation. We now have to do the same thing and hire a lawyer to support filing these things, because I simply just do not know how to do it, and we want to make sure we are doing it correctly. And thus, in conclusion, more stuff I had zero idea about 6 months ago that I'm beginning to learn about.